rods, but you can definitely do it at home without a turner. All you need is a 5-minute epoxy. I use FlexCoat's 5-minute epoxy, but I've used Loctite. You can buy it at Lowe's or Home Depot or Walmart even. Some Walmarts have it. And it's cheap and it works good. If you do it right, you can't tell that it was done with 5-minute epoxy. All custom rods are made with rod coat, and it takes usually between 2 and 4 hours for it to cure. But the 5-minute epoxy only takes 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how you mix it. I always mix even parts, so if I'm just doing one guide like this, even a double foot, I just kind of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to get it as close to even mixture as you can, 50-50. So I just kind of eyeball it, get it as close as I can. I have plenty of time here and I've got the rod turner, so it doesn't have to be exactly perfect here, but if you don't want to be turning it all day, if you're doing it by hand, you definitely want to get it as close to 50-50 as possible. I use popsicle sticks. I even use them when I'm doing custom rods a lot of times. It works just as good. No sense in buying expensive brushes when you can just use a popsicle stick or something, and then you can throw it away afterwards. So I mix this epoxy up really good, and what you'll notice is that when you've mixed it up really good, there's going to be a lot of bubbles in your mix. You kind of disregard those bubbles, because I'll show you how to get those out a little bit later. It's really not a big deal. So once you get it mixed up, you kind of have to work fast with this, because you don't have much work time. Maybe 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes at the most. But after you've mixed it up, you just want to kind of glob it on and kind of spread it around a little bit. I hold the cup up underneath the rod so I can catch the drippings, so I don't waste any glue. But you just want to kind of put a liberal coat on here. It doesn't have to be perfect, because I'll show you how you can make it look glassy like it's supposed to look. And the rod I'm doing, it actually has a little bit of an under wrap on it here. A lot of older rods do have the under wrap. So I'm going to actually get a little on that under wrap, because of where I cut the other guide off. There's some bare thread there that I'm going to want to cover up. Okay. Once you've done that, go out and buy yourself a 50-cent lighter or whatever, and you just run this lighter up underneath the epoxy, and you'll start to notice the bubbles start coming out, and you'll start the coat will start, the 5-minute epoxy will start dripping, and it's just excess coming off. When you heat it up, it thins the epoxy, and when it thins, the bubbles will come out. So you'll get that, professional looking finish with 5-minute epoxy. Now I wouldn't recommend using 5-minute epoxy on a really high dollar rod, just because it doesn't have the UV resistant quality to it, so it will turn yellow on you after a little while. But if you just got a cheap rod like this, or something that something you don't